Alrighty, guys, here we go again. It's that time of the week. We have to go over 3 stocks about to squeeze. All 3 of these look pretty good when it comes to the charts, and all 3 of them, you guessed it, have very high short interest. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe, check out my Patreon down below if you want all my moves in the markets. And by the way, now's the best time to sign up. It's the first of the month. Check it out. First link in the description, and you guys can get 50 free bucks from M1 Finance. Also linked down below. And with that being said, let's get into it. And before we even talk about the 3 stocks that are about to squeeze, and by the way, the title, it's not completely clickbait, but keep in mind, guys, this is not guaranteed. Nobody knows what's going to happen. They are setting up nice, though, but nobody knows what is going to happen. They might not squeeze. So that's a quick disclaimer. We're putting that out there. These stocks are pure gambles at the end of the day. But before we talk about the 3 stocks, and now that we got the disclaimer out of the way, let's take a look at the markets. The markets are doing pretty well today. We have SPY up 1.4%. The Russell's up over 1%. We have the Dow up about 0.9%, and we have, what is it here? What did we not mention? The NASDAQ, pretty much all of them, guys, are up around 1%, give or take, right? And we're seeing some sellers step in right around the 180 SMA on the 20-day chart here on SPY, which has been resistance over the past couple of days. So that is one thing I'm watching. Do we end up falling from here? Is this rally that we saw today another bull trap like it was 2 days ago? Or do we end up breaking out? So I'm watching 465 on SPY, and for Triple Q, I'm seeing the same thing. We rallied up to the 180 SMA on the 20-day chart, which has been resistance over the past couple of days, and now we're seeing a bit of resistance at this point again. So I'm a little bit worried that today's rally could be a bull trap, but we are seeing a green day nonetheless, and we will discuss more about what the markets are doing in my video later on today. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell. And with that being said, let's talk. So number one stock with very high short interest. We've talked about this one before, and we actually nailed a couple call outs on it in the past, and now it's pulled back quite a bit. It's Blink, ticker symbol BLNK. This one's currently down from $48 per share. That was back, when was this? That was back a couple of weeks ago in the middle of November, and now it's down to $38 per share. And if I pull up the 4-hour chart, the trend looks pretty good still. I mean, we got very overheated, and I believe we called it out when it was at 32. Then it ran up to 49. It got very hot. A lot of profit taking occurred, and now we're pretty much all the way back down. We retraced all the way to that 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, and it seems like we double bottomed at about 35, and now we're trying to break out, and I'd say the real breakout will come above $40 per share, which I should put my alert at 40, honestly, guys, now that I'm thinking about it. And we have been seeing a bit of resistance at 40, right around the 50 moving average on this 4-hour chart over the past couple of days. So in my opinion, if this breaks out of 40, the 50 SMA, coupled with the 37% short interest, and if we get some volume to push it up, there could be a lot of momentum back to the mid-high 40s. No doubt about it, in my personal opinion. But again, if we fail at 40, if we don't break 40, let's put it that way, it's going to be a bit of a different story. So set your alerts, $40 per share on BLNK, right? The next one here, give me a second, guys. I just got a text. Let's see here. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, good. The next one is MicroStrategy, ticker symbol MSTR. You guys know this company owns a crap ton of Bitcoin. They just bought more Bitcoin. I think they just bought, I forget the exact amount, but it was like $400 million. Yeah, here it is. MicroStrategy bought $414 million worth of Bitcoin. That was just 2-3 days ago. And the stock looks very good in terms of the chart, right? We're holding an uptrending channel. Today we're up 0.4%. Bitcoin's fighting to get back over 60K. And I think if this clears the moving averages, which is pretty much right where we are now, 730, 735, 740, if that spot breaks, there's high likelihood that MicroStrategy, starts running back to $800, $900 a share. No doubt in my mind. And we have a 20% short interest on this particular stock, which that's a pretty high short interest. I mean, yeah, look, 20%, it's not as high as 36%, but it's pretty up there, guys. It's pretty up there. And look, if we break 750, that could trigger, some shorts to cover, people that are heavily shorting this stock, which there's a lot of them clearly with a 20% short interest, because a lot of people think this stock's a bubble. I mean, it was just $90, $100 just about a year and a half ago. It ran all the way to 1,300 on the Bitcoin hype. Now it's still very inflated. So a lot of people think it's going to fail. But if we see those technical levels break, we start seeing volume and momentum, shorts are probably going to cover, causing that squeeze probably back to 800, 900. So keep your eye on MSTR. Definitely a valuable play here, in my personal opinion. And again, like I said in the disclosure in the beginning of the video, nothing's guaranteed. We don't know what the heck's going to happen. And these stocks are all pretty dang risky. Let me be honest with you guys. Maybe not as risky as some other ones that we could talk about. Maybe more micro cap, small cap stocks with high short interest. Maybe they're not as risky as those, but still, there is a higher risk, and with higher risk, yes, comes higher reward, but if it doesn't pan out, it could also collapse. So keep that in mind. SENS is the last one for today's video, guys. It is Sensei, if I can even say it right, Senseonics. I butchered that. Come on. I butchered that, guys. But this one, the chart looks pretty good. I'll say that. Same thing as MicroStrategy, and this one might be more risky. It's only a $3 stock. I mean, it's definitely more risky. It's in the penny stock category here, and they also have a pretty high short interest, or else they wouldn't be in this video. The short interest is 21.6%, and look, like MicroStrategy, it's holding an uptrending channel. It's towards the bottom of the channel. And we've been in this channel for almost 6 months. About 6 months, since the beginning of June 2021, right? And it seems like every time we've gotten to the bottom of the channel, we've consolidated, seen choppiness, followed by a push, a breakout. So now that we're towards the bottom of the channel with 21% short interest, and on top of that, I'm seeing a bit of a bullish divergence playing out, which is pretty good for the bulls out there, especially now that we're oversold as well. We're getting that bullish divergence. I think if we start seeing some consolidation, choppiness, that would be nice around $3. I would love to see that. If we start seeing that, I'd look for a move towards the mid $3 range. That's right by the moving averages, both the 50 and the 180. If we consolidate, start breaking towards the moving averages, and we take the moving averages out, there's going to be potential for this to get back to $4.5, which again has done this pattern many times. We've ran a 4.5, 4.5 back in June. We did it back in August. We did it as recently as earlier in this month. Well, last month, happy new month, by the way, of November. On the 9th, we got up to about 430 roughly. So now we're oversold, bullish divergence. Let's see if we can make that break again. But let me tell you this, guys. The second we break under $3, $2.75, the stock's going in the garbage. We're not going to be watching it anymore. We're going to probably see more downside at that point. But as long as 3 holds, we break 350, this one's definitely in play, in my opinion. So keep your eyes on these. Blink, MicroStrategy, SENS, Senseonics. I probably can't even say that right, or even that's probably how you say it. I have no freaking idea. But keep your eyes on them. The pronunciation of the stocks don't matter. What matters is the charts, the fundamentals, which in this case, some of these stocks, their fundamentals maybe aren't that great, but hey, we're looking at the charts, we're being degenerates with these plays, and we're going to be watching them. So if you guys found value, hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, do all that good stuff, and check out my Patreon if you want all my buys, sells, call outs, morning update videos, more access to me throughout the day. All of that's on Patreon. I'm literally posting all my moves, whether it's trades, long-term investments, option moves. All of that is linked down below, or you guys can go to stocksurfs.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your $50 from M1 Finance by simply using my link and depositing $100. And you guys could also get 2 stocks from Webull up to $1,600 by also using my link and depositing $100. And again, all of those are linked down below. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out.